Max Verstappen was drawn to racing by a simple question: how fast can you go? That simple idea of going behind the wheel of a go-kart, then a vehicle, and pushing it as far and as fast as it could go, set Verstappen on the path to becoming one of the greatest drivers in the world. Aside from Max Verstappen's personality, talent, and ability in F1, one of the primary benefits that provide him a competitive edge on the grid is the backing he receives from Red Bull through the RB18 vehicle. Given the imminent regulation changes in Formula 1, it will be interesting to observe which team has made the most progress with the new cars for 2022. Red Bull Racing, with master designer Adrian Newey, has the greatest design. Red Bull has the edge since the most significant alterations are in the chassis and aerodynamics, which are the specialties of top designer Newey. His designs often thrive in the tight sections of courses, allowing them to compete with Mercedes' better horsepower. Experts believe Red Bull will have to renounce its high rake strategy in favour of a flatter shape. They believe that this section of the floor and the rear axle account for 75 to 85% of the performance. At the start of the year, the new cars for 2022 were expected to be 3 to 5 seconds slower. There are talks that indicate that the new Red Bull racing vehicle was quicker in the simulator than the 2021 car. That claim is supported by Nico Hülkenberg, who has previously tested the simulator version of the new vehicle for Aston Martin. The German recently said that new cars are not inherently slower than prior generations. Furthermore, he claims that there is no significant change in the driving experience. Mark Hughes, an F1 technical expert, examines the Red Bull and Ferrari setups for the 2022 Belgian Grand Prix to find out how Max Verstappen defeated Sergio Perez. The gap between Red Bull and Ferrari in Spa was unprecedented for this season. It is no accident that this is the track with the most stringent aerodynamic efficiency requirements on the calendar, surpassing even Baku and Monza. The vehicles spend significantly more time in the middle sector of Spa than in the first or third, and that middle sector particularly favours downforce. However, reduced drag is highly rewarded in the first and third sectors. Those requirements plainly clash since downforce causes drag. In the race, despite having over 30 kilograms more fuel and a tougher tyre, Max Verstappen lapped quicker than Charles Leclerc's last lap effort. 30 kilograms of gasoline would generally cost roughly 1 second of lap time at Spa, implying that Verstappen's lead over Sainz in qualifying was not the full representation of the true advantage. I'm sure you are going to be convinced of the RB18 speed. Please like our video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so yet. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified when we add new videos in the future. The configuration of Spa enabled Red Bull to achieve an altogether different degree of an advantage than any other track visited this year because of the enormous emphasis it places on aero efficiency. Keeping strong downforce at high ride heights gains a lot of lap time at Spa. The temptation is to make the ride height as low as you can get away with, but the danger is that the vehicle may bounce and porpoise at the end of straights and fast corners, slowing it down. Consider that Red Bull's redesigned engine cover allowed for fewer cooling needs in previous races, due to lower temperatures and greater speeds, lowering drag. These factors seem to have combined to enable Red Bull to accommodate high speed, a pleasant ride, and competitive straight-line speeds. This is what gave them such a significant aero efficiency advantage over a successful weekend in Spa. Red Bull Racing is also attempting to make the RB18 lighter. They are doing this by constructing new, lighter monocoques. The primary goal is to approach the weight of the Ferrari F175. The weight of the Italian automobile seems to be ideal. However, it is unclear when the new monocoque will be released. According to some sources, the Red Bull car is overweight. That is contrasted with the minimal weight that is expected. The FIA did not answer Red Bull and Mercedes' request for a double-digit rise. Red Bull has been working hard during the season to come closer to the minimal weight. They have done a lot of testing and experimenting with their vehicle, but they made sure it did not have a detrimental influence on their grid performance. Christian Horner's team believes Ferrari is the closest to that minimum and wants to gain 2 to 3 tenths of a second once the weight is under control. This should be ensured by a new and lighter monocoque. The FIA will conduct a crash test on the Austrian team's new monocoque before it can be used. As a result, it is unclear when the new monocoque will be launched. Costs will rise as a consequence of the adjustments. 3 new chassis, each costing €2 million, would have to be developed. Furthermore, there is a budget limit that must be considered. Yet investment is still feasible due to the inflation deduction. However, it is unclear how Red Bull will accomplish this financially. Furthermore, the FIA is making it difficult for Red Bull to discontinue the RB18. The FIA technical crew will be monitoring the flexibility of the flooring more closely, starting with the Belgian Grand Prix. This may have aided the Austrian racing team and Ferrari in lightening the vehicle. The sturdier bottom will almost certainly entail more weight for certain teams. As Max Verstappen battles for back-to-back Formula 1 championships, Helmut Marko calls him the quickest driver Red Bull has ever had. It is one of the most impressive leads in recent memory, if not the greatest. At this time in the 2020 season, Lewis Hamilton was 131 points ahead of Valtteri Bottas, while Sebastian Vettel led Jenson by 114 points in 2011, his most dominating year with Red Bull. While Verstappen's advantage is comparable to that of the 2011 season, Marko believes the situations are not the same. The Dutchman's achievement, according to the Red Bull consultant, is made all the more amazing by battling against a better Ferrari than Vettel faced 11 years ago. In 2010, we won the first title with Sebastian Vettel in the last race. In 2011, defending the title was more of a walkthrough. In the case of Max, the comparison with 2010 is a little correct, but you can't compare 2011 and 2022, Marko said. Max can just soar above anything. The track in Belgium suited our car right from the start, but that is and was not always the case. In 2011, Ferrari wasn't as strong an opponent as it is now. They had Fernando Alonso, but not such a good car. This year, Ferrari had some technical issues and made some strategic decisions that played into our hands. But in terms of pure speed, unlike in 2011, they are basically on par with us. But we have Max. Marko then said that Verstappen is the team's quickest driver ever, even faster than Vettel. He was affirmative with his stance and didn't deviate at any point. He explained why by saying Max doesn't need a build-up phase to be at the limit right away. He can go full throttle immediately. That's just the unbelievable natural talent and the resulting exorbitant basic speed. In addition, there is fantastic vehicle control, especially at the limit. That's why I compared him to Ayrton Senna in his early years. I didn't just make friends that way. My good friend Gerhard Berger wrote to me at the time that the comparison would be far-fetched. Today, he no longer contradicts when Max is compared to Senna. And in a frightening possibility for the rest of the grid, the Austrian believes the reigning champion can go much farther. He believes that Max will continue to learn and grow over time since there is always room for improvement. Jenson also believes that Verstappen is the fastest driver to ever get behind the wheel of an F1 vehicle. Button remarked while promoting his new book, How to Be an F1 Driver, on TalkSport Radio. The British driver praised Hamilton's abilities, but believes he cannot be compared to other F1 legends of the past. He's very good, said Button. We were teammates for 3 years, so I could see firsthand how good he is. His natural ability is fantastic.
You know, we were teammates for 3 years, so I could see firsthand how good he is. His natural ability is fantastic.
When asked who he feels is the greatest driver, Button went on to say who he believes is the fastest driver to ever grace an F1 vehicle. Verstappen. I think he is the fastest driver that has ever driven an F1 car. I really do. I think he is unbelievably fast. Previously to this year, he made some mistakes, as you would expect from a young driver, but now he's doing such a fantastic job. I really do think he is very special. Max Verstappen was also dubbed the fastest F1 driver by AlphaTauri president Franz Tost, who also said that the Dutchman deserved to win the title in 2021. Tost's team AlphaTauri spectacularly concluded last season, with rookie Yuki Tsunoda finishing 4th in the season finals. His outstanding performance was matched by star teammate Pierre Gasly, who finished 5th, and AlphaTauri 6th in the Constructors' Championship. Their season total of 142 points was the most in franchise history. Do you agree that Max Verstappen is the fastest driver on the grid? If not, who is the fastest driver? Please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of our incredible videos. Keep an eye out for the next video. Bye for now.